better now.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live from the Flipping Made Easy studio in Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch, it is Gooch, it is Dina, it is Ash, it is a full house, and we're all feeling very, very good, right? I mean, how do you feel, Gooch?
I don't know if I'm going to make it through the show.
Oh, you're going to make it through the show.
I'm going to make it through the show, but
pull trick.
I might have to step aside and pull trick. Yeah, I'm not doing well today.
Wow, man. I mean,
I don't think it has anything to do with drinking.
It has everything to do with drinking.
No, it does not. I was completely sober when I went to sleep. I stayed awake. I watched Peaky Blinders for 3 hours. She watched Euphoria. This was hours after we got home.
Don't tell me anything. I'm still on season 1.
Everything was fine. I'm just
struggling.
Maybe I ate too much late. I don't know. Did I even eat late?
She said, Ashley said you had 19 snacks.
No, I had ice pops. I had too many ice pops.
The
recovery pops, bro.
All right.
After you drink all day, I need some.
I had one of those.
What are they called?
I had those. The wafers. Just I don't know. I needed.
Did you just make an eating noise, dude?
Yep. Yep. Good morning to everybody in the chat right now. Of course, I was just gonna say good morning. Ashley's sitting right next to me. Mark is in the building. Chris Payne in the building. Rob in the building. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys had a great weekend. We sure as hell did.
Yo, Rob, send me my schedule. Bro.
Yeah, send him his schedule so we can figure out what the hell's going on this work week. But first and foremost, I want to say like the video. Okay, do us a favor, do that. Subscribe to the channel. My voice, oh man, I can feel it. It's really. I must have been yelling at this game. Must have been. I was trying to talk to Gooch, and he was like 10 seats down from me. Literally, like we had a whole row of just us. And I was trying to talk to you, and I was just like, just yelling at the top of my lungs. Did not work.
I didn't hear you.
AJ back in here saying he feels like ass. Yeah, me too, man. Oh, me too. Evan Clutch Fournier with 0 points in the fourth quarter from Scoop. Yeah, all right. We'll get into the game in a minute. But first of all, the weekend, half of my battle right now today is walking. And it wasn't because of the city. I took my daughter to Sky Zone for the first time. All right. It was me and her first experience at Sky Zone. I was like, trampoline, sign me up. Let's go. Like, I haven't been on trampoline in maybe 20 years, right? Dude, first of all, the energy that kid has.
You remember when we were talking the other day? I don't know, did this maybe give you the idea to go to Sky Zone because we were talking about dodgeball and you were like, oh, dodgeball, that place would be dope. And I said, Dave, I did
watch people play dodgeball.
Not the same.
It's
you
not
get
the
caught
same.
Hanging too long.
Yeah, it's gravity. You're up and you're down. And like, I took a couple.
It levels the playing field.
Took a couple bumps as far as like wrestling bumps. I'm like, oh, I still got it. And I'm like, well, it is a trampoline after all. But half the people that hate wrestling think that we're on a trampoline anyway. So I just was kind of doing my thing. Stella was, she had a great time. But I'm paying for it. I got the 2 day later thing. Dude, I got pain in I don't really have abs, but like my stomach region, if there was abs there, like that's where I'm hurting. But it's like,
so you messed up your ab.
I messed up my one solo ab. Yeah. It was just oh boy, I'm hurting. I'm hurting. And then we decided to, I called this episode that we call this episode Fantasy
Derek
Baseball.
Jeter stepping down as the Marlins CEO.
Oh no. Oh God.
Why do you say, oh God?
Oh God, because why else would he do this unless there's some kind of scandal that's about to come out? You don't just sit down for no reason. Something's about to break now. Thank you, Brian Casey, for that. That's a big deal. I mean, obviously that.
I'm not gonna sit here and just judging by the way Derek Jeter has operated throughout his career.
Maybe he didn't give enough fruit baskets.
There is no scandal going on. It's just that he doesn't want to be involved with the Marlins anymore.
Maybe because they suck. And they don't spend money. So he doesn't. Did he own the Marlins? No, he was a CEO, right? What was he? What was his role?
President? I know he had his ownership stake.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in any event, the title of this episode is Fantasy Baseball Season. We'll get into all that later on. But if we had to name this off of like a Always Sunny episode, it would be the gang goes to MSG. And there we are, bringing us up. That's the picture we took at the bar. Obviously, from left to right, it's the prop beaver himself, at AJ Bascal, myself, Dina. There is the sauce, there is the toast, and there is the Gooch. We're all there. We had a great time at Blarney's. Was that right?
Blarney Stone.
Blarney Stone. Okay, that was fun. We went there for pregame. First of all, we got here I got here. Well, you guys beat me here, and I thought I was getting here early.
8:45. I got here.
So you guys got here at 8:45 to start drinking.
I got here at. I didn't get here.
You didn't get here.
Actually.
You just
met you guys at the
you
train.
basically ran down the train.
Yeah, but I was
you were.
helping take care of my niece. She had to go to dancing school, so I was getting her all situated. That's how that went down.
And then Tom, whatchamacallit, Joey D met us over there at the train station. We met. I'm remissing his name. What the Sauces guy's name from Florida?
Oh, Sean Redden.
Sean Redden. She blows her vape right into.
Oh, that was Sean Redden. So
yes, he follows up on Twitter.
I interact with him from time to time on Twitter.
Yeah.
On Twitter,
very
yeah.
loosely.
Cool
Through
Yeah,
these
he's a
other
good
guys,
dude.
but
He cashed big time. We'll
76ers
talk about that. In a
I
second.
actually got to sit next to a Sixers fan instead of all you miserable Knicks fans.
Yeah,
yesterday,
we
so
were
that
miserable.
was kinda
Actually,
cool.
I swear to God, I swear to this. Every time something really good happened, whether it be a 3-ball and one, something good for the Knicks, I look to my right. I've never seen Sauce so red. Like he was screaming on the top of his lungs in excitement. I was like, dude, this kid gets into it. I love it.
There was I would say that was probably about a 25% Sixers crowd at least.
Oh,
there.
Harden went
lot
on
of
record.
Sixers,
Harden
yeah.
went on record, said they were like, "Are you excited about Wednesday getting back to Philly to play the Knicks?" He's like, "Well, this kind of felt like Philly."
Well,
I was like,
no, I mean, it's in New York. The Sixers are the better team right now. So obviously the James Harden going to the Sixers, they got the buzz. There's the juice going on in Philly. So all the Philly fans that live around here, which is a lot of them, are going to want to go see their new toy in James Harden. So it makes sense that there was a pro Philly crowd. But it was definitely like when the Knicks did something well, it erupted. When the Sixers did something, it was okay.
It was MVP chance for
MVP
Embiid.
chance.
Like,
but of course, when
whatever.
you hear, if you're going to have a couple thousand people there chanting something, I don't care.
in an arena. So
I would
it's like
I
it
would
does
say there was
echo.
probably about at least 20-25% Sixers fans though.
Decent crowd. But as soon as Gooch, I mean, we both made a friend as soon as we got to New York. We went to the bathroom.
goodness.
Dude, this was intense. Obviously, you get off the train, you've been drinking for a couple hours, you got to go to the bathroom. So you go to the bathroom in Penn Station, which is by far the cesspool of America. It is terrible.
Well, there's some
we go
New
in
Jersey
there.
Transit in general, up and down the Northeast corridor, you're gonna find some cesspools.
So
Plenty
we
of them.
had a friend. He was completely just stripped down to his red underwear. You can't miss it. It's right there. He's picking apart the ceiling and throwing it into the next stall. So whoever was in the next stall was getting hit with
but it wasn't
ceiling
the ceiling.
particles.
It
How
wasn't
did
the
you
ceiling.
guys
I don't
not
mean
tell
to
me
be
about this?
Oh, it
but
was
I'm pretty
great.
sure. I'm pretty sure that there was like I can't even say this. Like I guess a fecal situation going on.
Yeah,
There was some weird things. There was definitely.
guys, this
It
is
wasn't
my
a good
PSA.
situation. Don't go.
Do not do crack.
Drugs
Just
are
don't
bad.
do it. Drugs are bad for you. Nothing good can come of it, unless it's marijuana and it's all legal and from the earth.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that wasn't even crack.
That had to be what?
that was
PCP or something
that
like
was
that.
definitely way worse than crack.
Yeah. So
But
in any event,
I digress, or you digress, or
Yeah.
we both do.
yeah. So anyway, of course, we knew this was going to happen.
Bro, I said it.
You knew this was going to happen. We have a live show, and we have Optimum scheduled from, ready for this, everybody, 8 to 11, in which I said, you got to get here at like 9 o'clock. Sure will. We'll do that. What? We got a show from 11 to 12. So, I mean, as long as,
do we get the internet cut?
oh, wow. And even Siri's wondering, he needs basement access. That's going to be
James Rube is in the building
downstairs.
announcing
What up,
that
Rube?
He is indeed hungover today. Rube double dipped yesterday
I
at the
mean,
Garden.
if he wants to get to the basement, there is a basement, but I gotta walk. I gotta do that for him. So can we reschedule for later on this afternoon?
This is so fucked up.
This is great. You knew it was gonna happen. Like, so in any event, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you run a business. And I shout out to Optimum, who's gonna owe me about a year's worth of shit because they're awful. Like, when I say awful, I mean awful. What?
Yeah, fuck Optimum. But where were we?
We were talking about
completely
the
off track.
crackhead as in the
Oh,
stall.
so it's a perfect way to segue off to crackhead because I don't know how much longer we could talk about.
Yeah, no,
fecal
it was an
matter.
experience. We get into the arena, had a great time. Everybody drank. We had a good time. Spent $15 on a tall boy, which was fun. Spent $15 on a shot of Johnny Walker. Not for me. That's the sauce drink of choice. So I bought him a drink. I mean, look, he paid for. I mean, dude, like,
Yeah.
shout out to the sauce, Kyle. Thank you so much.
That
Those
was
seats
very,
are on the
I'm not
house.
gonna lie, it was very emasculating in the
It
group
was,
chat earlier.
it
I sent him a message in the group chat saying, "Hey Kyle, what do I owe you for the ticket?" He's like, "Nothing." I was like, "Oh, how do I even respond?" It took me like 15 minutes. I was like, "Oh, thanks, buddy. Don't I owe you for something else? Is there anything I could pay you for right now?"
Yeah.
So I don't feel like
Yeah, so I'm sure he'll catch up
Charity
later on.
case.
He had himself a rough day. We all had rough days, and we're all paying for it today. I think the only difference is that Kyle is still on his couch. So that's exciting for him. I'm jealous. Everything good, Dina? What? No, you didn't call me at any time. Yeah, try that again.
I told him, I was like, you can keep talking to me, but I'm not the person that you need
So
to be
what did they
talking
say?
to. He said he's going to go do something else and come back after 12.
Oh, what a guy. That means he's not coming back at all. But anyway, so shout out to
I was
Optimum.
like, stop saying words
I
to
knew
me.
we should have locked the front door too. I mean,
Yeah.
that would have been obviously the smarter play. But in any event,
I'm checking to see if I got a call.
no. The numbers. Oh, yeah. Actually, you know what? The number is your number. Actually, no, I added mine to it
He
too.
said he called it like 8.
Bullshit, dude. I was up already watching Coco Melon at 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
no.
Don't you tell me.
No calls.
Oh, no way. Anyway, so we had a great game, a great time. The game itself, if you want to bring that up, Dina, is James Harden and Joel Embiid. They might run the East at this point, dude. That combo together, and I look, there's a lot of things I want to say about the game itself because I felt like Embiid was getting every call known to man, and the Knicks couldn't buy a call. There was like moving screens call the internet, like shit that you just don't see all the time. And then there was one non-moving screen call. RJ Barrett got trucked over by James Harden. Like James Harden put his hands out, like he's lead blocking for Embiid. And there's a lot of shitty calls.
Look,
and when you're a superstar,
we could get into like the ins and outs of the game. The Sixers were the better team yesterday, specifically late in the fourth quarter. The Knicks had a chance. They fought back. I think they ended up tying the score. Did they take the lead at all? Late in that game?
Yeah, they had the lead with 7 minutes to go.
So they did take the lead. I mean, I was a little hammered at that point. And
a couple times.
It's funny. That's another funny part. I went down, I ran out of beer. I was like, all right, it's almost the end of the third quarter. I know they stopped serving beer after the third. So let me get down there and get another tall boy.
Cut you off at that point.
They should have, but I got down there and I was like, yo, can I get a Bud Light? And she was like, the one guy was like, oh man, sorry, it's over. And then like the other girl behind her, she's like, he's got 8 seconds. And I was like, I got 8 seconds, dude. Give me another beer. But on my way back, the funny part is I sat down and Kyle, I was like, did I miss anything? Kyle was like, yeah, the Knicks were winning. I was like, wait, what? How do I miss that in like 8 seconds of getting a beer? But yeah, the Knicks had the lead. And, RJ Barrett can't do it all. And he looks like he could be a superstar in the league. But he needs some help, man. And obviously, Julius Randle ain't it. Can anybody, for the love of God, hit a free throw? That was brutal. Me and Kyle are sitting there like, this is unbelievable. Like, these are professional basketball players at one point shooting less than 50% from the stripe.
Sixers
Well, there
were
was
a lock.
a competition
Sixers
during
day
the
and a half
halftime
was the
show
lock of the day.
where
I know that there's a couple people watching that. Head started
some
Hopefully,
might hurt
everybody
too.
that didn't play
Never mind.
Kyle's ticket yesterday listened to me and played the Sixers because there was like 4 people.
I
that
mean,
talked
I
about.
played
Plus
Kyle.
8
I
and a
didn't
half,
play the
minus 8 and
ticket.
a
I
half.
played Kyle's bet.
Bet of the year with James Harden triple double plus 900.
Oh, dude, the guy, homie won $1,200 on that bet. He stacked it all together. It was like a 1-game parlay. Hit
No,
$10.
I think he needed. It was a 6-leg parlay, and he needed.
Somebody hit a 3 at the end.
He needed. What's the guy's name? Why am I?
Did you
drawing a
hear the
blank? He
crowd
had
around-
over 1.5 threes for the fucking guy in Philly? Why?
Maxey? No, the other one.
No. God damn it!
Ooh, almost did a Sturch
No.
pen toss on that one. I would say also, was that the better
So
beat
bothered me.
or what happened last night in the NBA? Like, did you see the not only the Lakers get the shit kicked out of them, but like I'm also talking about the Warriors collapsing big time collapse by the Warriors. And now if you bet Dallas, you hung it all the way out to dry. And all the way to the end, and this is where we're at. What's wrong?
I'm trying to find the fucking guy's name on the Sixers that I can't think of right now. Somebody in the comments should be fucking helping me out.
Straight up. Yeah, well, the I don't know what she's doing over there, but usually, I
mean, just start naming off Sixers players. One of them's got to be it. Right?
there you go. Quickly was shooting up with the max. Yeah, Quickly looked good. I mean, he had a couple, a couple good looks here and there. I like Quickly, man. I think the energy he brings is a punch that you need off the bench. But he's just not. Yeah. Last night, Mavs 26-1 run last night to get that win. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Thibault, guys.
Thibault.
Yes, there you go. Thibault with the biggest bum in the world, according
And
to
it's
agent.
Tobias Harris, the guy that I couldn't
Harris.
think of.
Tobias Harris.
Unbelievable.
Anyway,
Unbelievable.
Brutus was it Yang?
What? No. Mavs plus Luka. Braun talking shit to the fans, according to Brandon Taylor. I mean, was that game that wasn't in LA, was it?
I don't know.
Because if that was the case, that's a bad home loss
At that
by the
point, I
Lakers.
was already watching Peaky Blinders.
Okay.
The third hour of it.
So we do a sports show, ladies and gentlemen. That's just, it's what we do. But I wanted to go back before we get off the NBA in general for the New York. Like, this has a lot to do with the Nets because we're awaiting this whole mandate thing to be lifted for the Kyrie Irving show to start in New York or in Brooklyn. Shout out to the very, very rigorous and strict vaccine cards that you had to present. I showed them my parlay and they were like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Dude, that was such a joke. I can't believe it.
They're not putting people in positions that they're not training people to check vax cards. It's just they're saying, oh yeah, you got to do this too when you're punching tickets. But I'll tell you this though, getting into the Garden, it was like walking into an airport. You had to get checked 16 times. You had to empty your pockets. Bro, I couldn't believe how much I had in my pockets. It took me 15 minutes. I was like, fuck, I kept beeping there, like back through. It was like,
yeah, my belt
what
went
is
off.
this?
My belt. Me and you were in like the corridor putting our belts
Could
back
not
on.
believe it. Absolutely could not believe it. Before we do leave the NBA though, I want to talk about some news that I got this morning that Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray are likely to be back for the playoffs, which changes things drastically out west because I'm a firm believer that if they were fully healthy, they would potentially be the team to beat in the West with the Joker. And now he's got his guys possibly coming back. That team was really good last year down the stretch until Murray got hurt. We'll see. I know Rube is big on those guys, and I'm pretty sure
that's Rube's favorite player. Shout out to Rube, by the way, in the house yesterday. We hung out with him for a little while. I don't know if either one of us said that, but Rube did a double dip, which is every sports fan's fantasy, really. I mean, you get to go to the Knicks game or a basketball game at 1, go grab some grub and beers, come back for a hockey game at 7. He did the double dip. I saw your seats, you son of a bitch. He had some great seats for those Rangers, man. That was great. I mean, other than the whole result thing. But yeah, so Scoop's coming in March 7th. Kyrie can come watch from the sidelines, but can't play.
they'll change. They have to change by then.
March 7th is when it changes, right?
Yeah, but apparently he doesn't.
Like, you can't work. You could go sit at work, but you can't work.
Oh my god!
So he could go as a spectator, but he can't sit on the bench. Like he has to sit up in the booth. I'm
Chris
confused
Payne
by that.
asking a question. NBA: when does Zion come back, or is he still filming the sequel to Heavyweights? Get off the scale.
Yeah, Zion's not coming
Muscle
back.
weighs more than fat, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good movie. That's a
Heavyweights
kind
is
of a sports movie.
Ben Stiller is multiple. Like that's his role in that. He just segued it over to Dodgeball. It's
Exactly.
the same guy.
Love it.
So funny. That's such a good movie.
What movie is this?
Heavyweights.
You ever see it?
It's a classic.
It's a kid's classic.
So good though.
Lunch is canceled today due to the lack of hustle.
It's about a kid's fat camp.
Yeah, it's serious. And Ben Stiller is like the guy who just won't let anybody eat. And then like
I think I know what you're talking about. Definitely
the
haven't
first
seen
guy
it.
gets up.
But Ben Stiller in that time period.
The
was
greatest scene in that
really
movie
good.
is they're all in for their weigh-ins, and the one guy gets up. He's like, last year, I can't remember the names. He's like, Kyle over here weighed 100 there, and then he like weighed in 2 more pounds than last time, and they're supposed to be losing weight. He's like, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, muscle weighs more than fat, right? And they're like, yeah, they're clapping and shit. And then the next guy, Goldberg from Mighty Ducks, he's like, get on the scale. And as soon as he gets on the scale, he's like, get off the scale.
He is so mad.
Such a funny fucking movie. I love it.
That's the best part, though.
Tony Perkins.
Is that the best part of the whole movie?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I'm out on that movie.
Yes.
It wasn't that funny.
Y'all.
Oh my god. Anyway,
That is
what are we at?
hilarious.
So all right. So and anyway,
You almost got me to laugh.
almost.
But I don't know if it was you or
Gonna
it was like
crack
my
you.
joke that I was thinking about making, but
Doesn't
didn't.
matter. Doesn't
But yeah.
matter. Dina, apparently you sound like my wife.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to spell.
I was gonna ask you.
Anyway, before we get any farther, ladies and gentlemen, we have to tell you that support for the Chop Sports Daily is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the ultimate men's hygiene bundle called the Performance Package 4.0. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you right now. Chop Sports is your code. You get 20% off. I know Dr. Sean Basinger just got his package. Literally and figuratively. He's got his shit and situation taken care of. I know Gooch is taking care of himself. I know I've used it. So join
Used the nose hair trimmer this morning.
Dude, I thought about that today. I was like, I'm not stuffy, but like my kid was sick. So I was just like, I feel like maybe if I just trim my nose hairs,
I
I'll be
got my
fine.
hair cut on Saturday and the barber was searching my ears for for
Where's the hair? Where's the hair?
for little cobwebs,
Where's
and there
the
was
hair?
nothing there, bro. I had already taken care of it with the lawnmower 4.0. Although it's not even the lawnmower that goes in your ears, right? It's the
the
boogie
ears and
getter?
nose trimmer. Yeah. Speaking of that, it's called the Weed Whacker, ladies and gentlemen. The Weed Whacker is also included in the performance package. Then you have the lawnmower 4.0 with a special 400K LED light, so you can go shave yourself in the dark. We recommend that. Not at all, actually. We don't recommend that at all. It's waterproof, for crying out loud, so you can actually go into the shower and do your business in there, make the showers a little longer, and up your water bill. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver are exactly what they sound like. They're going to keep your balls fresh all day long. I know my Reviver right now is working hard.
I haven't even started using mine yet because I know in the summer months things get intense down there, so we're gonna have to keep mine on reservation. Once
you can keep ordering because we get the 20% off all the time using the code Shop Sports. God damn! So get 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Manscaped.com. Go check that out, please and thank you. So now there was a topic that we brought up on the way to the city. I don't know if you remember this conversation. I vaguely do, but there's a lot to talk about when it comes.
All I talked about yesterday at the game.
Yeah, well, that's because really
is this what I think we're getting into?
Fantasy baseball?
Yeah, it's all I talked about all day yesterday.
So,
I had to sit next to. Had to, but I was next to Toast.
Oh, Jesus
for
Christ.
most of the day.
The kid is a plethora of knowledge. But now, so we are doing a fantasy baseball league. Chris has started one with 12 people. So I know what you're thinking to yourself. If you're listening to this, you're watching this, are you going to come up with another Chop Sports Fantasy Baseball League? I don't know if we have the time. Or I think
fantasy baseball is a little different.
It's a very involved and just, I don't know. It is what it is. But
I got to know you well to get
the problem with this, the issue I have with Gooch's league, besides the scoring, which again, it's my first go around for like the last, I haven't done a fantasy baseball league in years. I'm talking maybe 10 years since I've done fantasy baseball. And I should. There's no reason why I shouldn't be doing fantasy baseball. I just get too knee deep in my Yankees and I just don't want to focus on anybody else or root for anybody else. But fantasy baseball seems like it's the best thing to do when you want to learn the game, when you want to learn other people. So Gooch hits us up. He makes a brand new chat and a new direct message group on Facebook saying this is the fantasy baseball chat thing. And he's like, what's wrong?
She kicked the camera on accident. I thought the camera was going out.
That's no. Okay, my bad. So anyway, so we have this thing scheduled for 11 o'clock. It's on like one of the websites that you do this random draft order thing. We're having a conversation and Gooch goes, I either want 1 or 12. And then his brother comes in and goes, you know what? I kind of want 11, right? So the random.
He said 11 or 12.
The random randomizer comes out and Gooch over there has first pick. And his brother has 11.
So guys,
so how random are we doing
low key, I did it the day before that, and Dave had the first pick, so I deleted that one, and I was like, "Fuck this!" Right? No, but seriously, if you ever want a website where you want the whole league to think that you're doing a random draft, but you're actually not, and you could rig it and program the draft randomizer to give you what pick you want, go to draftnerds.com or fantasynerds.com. No, seriously, it's a shameless plug for a website that I don't even know anybody that owns it, but their website is great.
Maybe they should advertise within Chop
You like
Sports.
how that works, though, correct?
What's that?
The way they do their draft randomizer, where you could schedule it, and it's like watching the NBA lottery.
It's a lottery, yeah. It just all of a sudden the names start popping up.
And
when it got to around 6, I was like, Gooch is going to get number 1, right? And then it got to 3. I was like, oh, Gooch.
When it was at 11, and it picked my brother, I was like, oh, it's working. I'm going to get number 1. So I knew almost right away that I was getting the first pick. And I threw Joey D a bone because, he's my good friend.
I said,
great friend of mine.
How funny is this? 1 gets Gooch, 11 to his brother who wanted 11, and then Chris's best friend gets it, number 2. So go figure that one out. Oh, Christ. But
luckily, I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't mind.
That leads me to ask you the question on everybody's mind. This is the topic of conversation that was yesterday. Baseball, I'll just give you an update right now. Everybody knows baseball. The deadline is today at 5 o'clock. They're meeting again today. Whether anything gets
wrapped the
oh, sorry, yeah, don't worry about the lockout graphic. But it does get done. It will. They're going to meet today. They're far apart still on so much shit. We're starting to talk. Now we're starting to talk about missing games in MLB, which really blows for the fans. I think everybody's just getting frustrated and sick and tired of this shit. It's enough's enough at this point, but we don't know the specifics. So when these guys like Passan and Heyman, they come out and they're like, well, here's where we're at here, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, guess what, Heyman? Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Nobody has a clue. as to what he's talking about. He's like, well, they're this far apart here and they're this far apart there. And I'm like, just tell me when they sign. Because when they sign, there's baseball. When they don't, there's not. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
The
what
fan
else are
doesn't
they
even
going to
know
do?
how far apart.
You
Like,
almost feel for these beat writers, and not beat writers, I shouldn't say that, but insiders with baseball, because there's being asked questions. There's nothing they could really say, still far apart, but their job is being put on hold as well. Not that my heart exactly bleeds for anybody working for ESPN or Fox Sports at this point, but these guys are being asked the questions. It's hard for them to really cover anything besides what's happening or not happening, for that matter, with these meetings.
still.
But hopefully, did anybody expect baseball season to start on time this year?
I had an inkling.
Did anybody actually expect it?
I honestly
You
did.
actually said some dumb, crazy things today about baseball is going to get it done today. If they do, Dave, I will be more than happy to
I
admit
didn't
that I
need
was
that
so
exposed.
wrong.
I didn't need that exposed
But-
on the air.
Dave said, I have a bold prediction that they might.
Did he
They're
say
gonna get
it
it done
yesterday?
No,
No, he said it.
He said
Okay.
it today.
Said it to
Sober.
me today.
Ah,
Stone cold sober.
you almost had an out.
If you tested my blood alcohol level right
It would
now,
be a beautiful thing, because we have some dates picked out for a Yankee tailgate.
yeah, man.
And
Gotta get it
we
done.
need baseball season to get back, because end of May is what we're looking for. And I don't know how the schedule is going to get affected. I think that they're going to keep the schedule exactly the same
They
way
have
that
to.
it is,
They have to.
and just cancel games. Maybe
Right.
add a little bit in doubleheader situations if they can.
They're
but
not going to make these games up. That would go against everything
I
they're
think
standing for.
it pretty much goes again. It's not like they're missing games because of weather. They're missing games because of a work stoppage,
Missing games because everybody's bitch made.
because
That's
of a lockout. It's not a holdout. It's a lockout.
It's a lockout. The owners locked the players out. Do not get this twisted, ladies and gentlemen, okay? The players did not want a lockout. They just wanted their fair shake of everything that they're arguing about, and the owners aren't budging. So that is where we're at. And so now the players are getting pissed off, rightfully so. And now they're about to lose game checks. That means, guess what? The pressure is on. It's just getting the pressure is on the players.
Well,
now.
that's
Now
why
they're the only ones losing money.
Well, that's why the owners didn't want to actually negotiate anything until this time, because now it's when the players, I've been saying this all along, the players have a small window
Right.
to capitalize on their primes. And I understand they're millionaires. Most of them are millionaires, this, that, and the other thing, but it doesn't mean anything. Like these guys that are out there making money, if you're an actor, you want to make more money. If you're this, you have a business, you want to make more money, stock market, more money, all of it. So the players are no different. My whole thing is the owners now know that the players are missing game checks. So now it's officially affecting their paychecks, right? The owners are still getting paid no matter what, if there's games being played or not.
Everything,
because the TV deals are
revenue
there.
still comes in, all that
So,
shit. So the only ones losing are the players.
Yeah,
And
the
that's what they
fans.
want you to think. They
And
want
the
you to
fans.
think that, and they want you to say, like, well, listen, we're on board to play, but the players, they just don't want to agree. Like, bullshit, dude, make it fair, and then we're good to go.
And here's the thing: everybody's out there talking shit, like, "Oh, I'm officially done with baseball."
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
all full of shit.
No,
It's
I'm
like,
upset. I'm upset that there's no baseball, because I can't wait for baseball to start. When
Right.
it starts, I'm going to watch it.
right.
So
It's like the same thing about
We're
the
the-
clowns when like,
they're
oh,
not
he
gonna
took a
lose.
knee during the anthem. I'm never watching football again. Guess what? You're all back. Shut up. But in any event, so so back to what I was going to ask you originally. You have the number 1 overall pick, Gooch. You could just show your hand now, or you could just hold it close to the vest whenever the hell this draft is, which is what, the Sunday
well,
before?
I told Joe who I'm taking, but I'm not telling anybody else.
You're taking
No,
Ohtani.
I'm going to take Ohtani. Of course, I'm going to take Ohtani.
Now, is
I
he the clear cut? You got to take him
I believe he is
because of the whole multiple.
Yeah,
like, multiple
look, I
position
think
thing?
in the format, it depends on the format if he's a clear cut or not. And
Are
there's
you
no
going to
such-
reformat the league now because you'll have Ohtani?
No. Like,
It's already corrupt, so you might as well just keep
yeah.
going.
And honestly, I already know the ins and outs, so I'm going to expose you guys all.
That's so
come
weird.
week
What,
three.
what other? Weren't we part of another league like that?
What one? What one was
Keep
it?
going.
Did I cheat in another?
No. Somebody else looked like they had one leg up.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think I'm fairly rock solid when it comes
I
to
believe
commissioning. But I'm taking Ohtani because it's a daily league, so you could interchange your starting hitters whenever you want. When Ohtani's not batting that day and he's pitching, you put him in as an SP, and it's essentially like having 2 roster spots. He's gonna
Well,
have 800 more points than anyone else.
It's
in the
funny.
league.
Scoop just bring this up. Does this league have 2 Ohtanis? Is that a thing?
No,
Do leagues do that?
no.
I'm
There's
asking.
no leagues do that. Not this league, not that league, not. the
No,
other
he
league.
said Scoop said Yahoo had that. You
Well-
had Ohtani the pitcher or Ohtani the hitter.
There's not 2
Interesting.
Ohtanis. It's just one player, but you could maybe start him in 2 spots.
Kind of like Taysom Hill when he was like a tight end.
I think what
listed as a tight
ESPN
end.
does is you just don't accrue the stats as a hitter if you're the SP that day.
So that means if he goes yard ski
So maybe
twice
Yahoo-
in a
maybe
game that he
Yahoo-
starts, you don't get that?
Yeah, but
You'll get that.
they
but-
don't hit.
Why? What do you mean they don't hit it? If there's DH,
because he's a pitcher. So on the games that he's starting, it could only have happened in weird situations last year where they were playing certain road games, I think, against a National League team.
but I thought
Where the pitcher can
he
hit.
not be a designated hitter as well as a starting pitcher?
Yeah, you can.
So then
I
that's what I'm
think you
saying.
can do that.
But you won't accrue those points. Is what you're saying.
You can't. I don't know if you could be a DH and starting pitcher in an American League ballpark.
Well, now that's a universal DH, so it's everywhere.
Yeah, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't be the starting pitcher in the starting lineup and then also the starting.
Tell
DH.
that to Steve Nebraska.
Going forward. We'll see. I don't know.
Again, one of those things that I know that just fall flat unless you're a fan of all movies, even the bad ones. But yeah, so
Hawaii Mike is saying yes, you can do that.
well, there you go.
But is that going to be anything changed now that there's new rules? I'm not really thinking deep enough into this to actually. I don't want to have like the thought process live on the show.
Now
because-
I'll be
coming out.
just so we're aware, I'm the 9th pick, which again, bullshit, but whatever. The 9th pick. I asked Toast yesterday, when does the run on pitcher start? And he said, no matter what, I believe he's got the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. He's the last pick. He's like, I'm taking the best 2 pitchers on the board no matter what. That's how I build my team. Do you believe in that strategy?
no,
Taking pitchers back to back? No.
absolutely not.
Why?
Because I think there's a very, very thin positions at the top of the draft that I'd like to fill out early. So what I do is I look at filling out my lineup with the first 5 picks, maybe get a pitcher in there just to anchor the staff. But I think it's important to get the thinner positions filled out first, because then you have corner infield, middle infield, 4 or 5 outfielders, depending on what league you're in, some DH spots. You have a lot of hitters that you have to fill out. Pitching starts, you could get a lot of 3rd, 4th pitchers and just fill out your 10 and get some solid points out of that. I'm just not a big believer in I'm more of a lineup guy. Every day I want to see potential, a lot of points. And then pitching, you find your diamonds in the rough. I'm always good at finding them. So it's more like
what's
confidence
heavier?
in myself.
Like what's heavier on scoring? Like the fact that your pitcher can only go once a week, right? Maybe twice if it's a Monday, Sunday, right? They can go twice. If you get to start on a Monday, normal days rest, you could start on that Sunday if they have a Sunday game with no days off, right? Yeah.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Let's just say opening day is on a Monday, which is not. I think it's on a Thursday. But like, let's just say Monday, your ace goes. Max Scherzer goes on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
He could pitch again on Sunday. You'll get two starts out of your 10,
absolutely.
right?
Which is why I do it at daily lineups where you get 10 starts per week.
So 2 of those 10 will be your
2 of those 10 will
ace.
be that guy.
Nice.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
You know who's going to fall to me, right? Best pitcher in baseball. Jacob DeGrom. That's coming to me.
He's on my do not draft list this year because
of the
his
shoulder
injury
or whatever.
designation. I'm not so sure about him. Maybe
we talked to Rube about this yesterday. We just never knew exactly what was going on with DeGrom, and it's just like, and neither did the Mets. If the Mets did, they held that shit close to the vest. Who knows? Maybe DeGrom had Tommy John this past offseason. Nobody would even know about it because they just kept the shit so close to the vest.
So I guess the real question in fantasy baseball on the top end of the first round is, like, obviously the only way you don't take Ohtani is if you're a big Juan Soto guy, a big Prince Fielder guy. You can make
Prince
the case.
Fielder.
Oh God, Vlad Jr. Why did I always do that?
I was like, what the fuck?
Always do that. The other fat,
take
the
Prince
other,
Fielder.
the other fat son of a former fat first baseman. No, but Vlad Jr. is, I think, a better pure hitter than Ohtani. Obviously, like almost won MVP last year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And he can't field a lick. But is Ohtani just gonna win MVP every year that he's in the league based on last year's stats? Because if he does even close to that and he's able to pitch and hit, just give it to him every year. It'll be like the Ohtani Award, like it is for quarterbacks in football.
Okay.
But I guess the real question in terms of fantasy baseball would be, after Ohtani goes, then who do you take? Is it Soto? You mean at the 2 spot?
Like
at that point, it becomes like the real question there.
I think it's a legitimate, like, flip a coin, whether it be Soto, whether it be Tatis. What about Tatis? Does he fall in that realm?
I'm worried about Tatis back a little bit, and they were saying something that he has a bad throwing arm, but I don't care about that when it comes to fantasy baseball. I think Tatis is going to be fine. He hits bombs. He's like my size, so the fact that he gets that kind of power means he's probably on steroids.
Oh wow!
No, I'm kidding.
Wow,
He's
just throwing
not.
that out into
He's
the
definitely
universe.
not. But he's got a bad back, and that kind of worries me going forward. I think that you saw
Don Mattingly effect.
I mean, he's very young. They could probably fix it, but I don't think he's had any surgeries or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not taking him in the top end.
What about
of the first round?
I'm trying to think of like batters that'll fall to me at 9 with all these good guys. Bryce Harper, is he worth drafting? What about obviously Trout is in the top 10.
I've been doing some mocks, and Trout is He's been the consensus #1 pick for the last 5 to 10 years in fantasy baseball,
And now
and
a teammate
rightfully
of his
so.
is going to be.
And now he's like back end of the first round is where I'm seeing.
Really?
Yeah.
I have the ability to get Trout at 9. I'm not opposed to that. What Yankees are draftable?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this league, every Yankee's going to be had. Even some middle relievers will be had. There's a deep league. So just
How many
ready.
rounds?
40.
What? What? 40 rounds of baseball?
Yeah, Dave. It's not like you don't have to fill out wide receivers, tight end, kicker, running back, quarterback. It's a lot of positions. You need 10 starting pitchers. You need relief pitchers. You need a bench, daily lineups. It's a lot. And then you need to have some September
40
call-ups to store away. Yeah. Get ready, bro.
Dude, so that
Get
draft
your
is
ears
going to
ready.
that draft is going to be 6 hours long.
No. Everybody
Dude,
always says that.
a 12-man fantasy football draft usually takes 3 hours.
Are we doing
And that's
that?
15 rounds.
What planet are you on that you think that drafts take that long? Everybody always says this, and I'm going to time the next one that we have. Ready? Time it. We did the 16-man league. It was done in an hour.
There's a timer. I'm talking about in person. In-person drafts take a long time.
With
Are
a
we
timer.
doing this one in
We don't-
person?
With a
I don't know
fucking-
what we're doing
with a
this.
fucking timer.
Are we
could
going to
be
do a
in-
draft here?
You could be in person. I don't care if we're an in-person draft. We're still going into the draft room. Everyone's going to be on their laptop, just sitting in the same room. That's how
Is that what we're
usually-
going to do?
I mean, I'm always open in a draft room. I'm not going to just put it on the
No, I'm
board.
saying, are we going to invite
Yeah,
the
we'll
12 or
figure
the
that
10
out.
others? Well,
We'll figure that
actually,
out.
9 others since Dina's here.
Of course.
Okay. I'm with it. Listen, I'm
Oh,
with
I
it.
just got frozen in the worst face ever. Hope that didn't go out to the public like that. Jesus.
It was
I hope
only
it
a
did.
split second.
It was like 5 seconds.
Sam Grasso saying Jesus will be there till midnight. It's
All right, you're out of the league, guys. Dave, Sam.
I
Wait,
don't
whoa. Like, I'll take Sam's draft pick. I'm sure he's above mine because mine sucks.
No.
I want
Jose
to know this, but I
Ramirez.
didn't
Where are we
complain.
put? We drafted
Are we just
Scott
going to start
Brocious?
randomly calling out Major League Baseball players now?
Stop.
Be like,
Just like blurting out names.
Nestor Cortez.
Luke Voigt. Has Luke Voigt got a spot on the roster this year? Is he a Yankee this year?
Are you asking me about my fantasy team?
No.
or are
I'm
you
talking about the
asking
New
me
York
about, like-
Yankees right now. Is Luke Voigt on the 40-man?
Yes.
Yeah? As what?
As a first baseman.
Because if we bring back Rizzo and they still have the DH being Stanton because he can't play the field, where the hell do you put Voigt? He's a fill-in guy. There's a market for Luke Voigt, I think. They could trade him.
Hey, we trade Luke Voigt. That'll be all right. But
That's
as of
what I
now,
think.
if he's on the roster, he's not going to be sent down. What are they going to do with him? It's going to be
That's what I'm saying.
He's gonna
He's definitely
play.
a trade piece.
it's going to play. The better question
Fantasy
is
drafts for
what's
baseball are
happening
always
with Brett Gardner.
marathons, according to Ken Paulman.
I mean, fantasy base. Yeah, it's like it's going to be a long draft. It's not going to be 5 hours, 6 hours.
Make a day of
It's
it.
not
We'll
gonna
bring
Lots
some
happen.
of
beers.
beers.
Yeah, lots of beers. I can't even think about beer after yesterday.
Yeah,
My
that
God.
literally made me nauseous.
I was just
Fantasy
as I say the
football
word, I'm like,
fantasy
"Brr."
football drafts are 16 rounds and they're an hour.
Again, I go to one like Joe Angelo's who has it at like Bar A, and I'm there for 2.5, 3 hours. I'm just saying because you bullshit, you talk, you
Counterproductive.
fucking.
Yes, counterproductive. And
So you're
we
just
could-
all business.
honestly, let's do that. Let's do that because I won't even drink a beer. I'll sit there. I'll smoke like 3 blunts or joints. I shouldn't say blunts because I haven't smoked a blunt in years, but
What's the difference?
Cigar wrapper.
cigar and then
Bigger.
It's like-
one's for children.
Another dadism, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, what's the difference between a blunt and a joint? I have no idea. That's all right. People,
But yeah, you guys could all go get hammered at the bar, and
I
I'll
didn't
sit
say
there
I
and
was
just
getting
attack
hammered.
the draft board.
I'm never drinking again, apparently, because now that I'm talking about it, I'm getting like the cold sweats right now. And I just sound like you're cold on that
The
one.
best Yankees first baseman of all time is Lou Gehrig. It's not close. So
Not Donnie
Gimme OG.
Baseballs.
Stop.
I like Tino. Tino is one of my all-time favorites. Mark Teixeira. You know what it is? You forget about the positions that some of these legends played. You do. Like, obviously, Mickey Mantle was center field. Everybody knows that, right? He patrolled the outfield. But, like, if you really think about it, like Lou Gehrig, Roger Maris, you forget about, like, the actual positions in the field because it was all about how many home runs they hit career-wise. That's just me. I know positions they play, but if you asked the common man, have you ever heard of Lou Gehrig? And they're like, yes. What position did he play? I don't have a fucking clue. Like, that's the common answer, I think.
I mean, I know, but Kyle, you're also bugging. If there's a 1 minute limit per pick, you're telling me that every pick is going to go 1 minute. You could cut that draft in half.
Well, the
because
first round
I-
should go quick.
I'm good. I'm I pick twice in a row every time, and I'm picking bink bink. So if you pick before me or after me, just be ready because I don't take.
Question: Will your "I Dominate" T-shirt be worn that day? Okay,
that might be worn by like Friday.
Everyone's gonna get so irritated with me because like I'm still learning baseball players.
Hideki Matsui.
I'm not going to be irritated with terrible picks. I love bad picks
No,
because
I'm
I don't
not
make
saying
them.
I'm
So
gonna
when
make
other
bad
people do,
picks,
oh
I'm
no,
saying
if you're,
I'm gonna take my time
well, you're not going to have time. It's going to be a minute per pick. So you're
and
going
I'm gonna take my minute.
She's gonna be
fair.
that girl.
That's
She's gonna be
fair.
that one. No, I'm taking a
I
minute and a
am
half. And anybody
that
gonna tell
girl.
me I don't have to pick? You fucking wait.
No, you're going to be able to pick, but so are the people that pick after you are going to be able to jump in
Oh,
line.
what is this, Minnesota?
Yeah, bro. You gotta
jumped.
you gotta
See
Outta here.
the app
do your
that we
prep.
use
No,
for our football
I'm not
draft.
kidding. Otherwise, I'm going to have to hear people like you complain about how long the draft is going to be.
I'm already complaining that you got the number 1 overall pick. All right, Shiesty McShisterson.
Is it the same like the Yahoo app? Like it puts you on a timer,
Yeah,
and if you
yeah.
don't pick in time, it like auto picks for you.
Is that a thing?
What?
Auto pick instead of people jumping you?
No.
On Yahoo,
I don't know.
it
We'll
does
see.
that.
I'm not, I don't like the auto pick.
But you did that for football, so it's
Yeah, when
It's
there's
only
people
fair we
that
do it for
aren't
baseball.
picking at all. It was like, wasn't there a situation?
I
Where
mean,
it was,
one guy's team went to the playoffs. He said he ought to draft the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
which
So if
pissed
a
me
guy
the
decides to
fuck off.
auto draft, that's on him. But
Yeah.
if a guy's just there's an internet issue or something, the commission could pause it for a second.
Now he can pause it. But
But
if I
no.
don't have my pick, somebody's jumping on my spot.
Well, yeah. If you
But if Chris,
if
is
you
like,
if you run out of time because you just don't know who to pick, why should you get an extra 30 seconds? It's like the next guy might be ready to go. You know what I mean?
ruthless.
That's how drafts work.
Baseball, Susan.
That's how. Yeah, it's how it's got to be. You got to draw the line somewhere, otherwise,
Thank you,
everyone
D.
pushes the envelope here. You should see my
She
doodling
caters.
over
She
here.
caters. She caters to the women folk. What was
Appreciate
that? I should see what?
My doodles.
it. His doodles are getting. Oh, he
Intense.
flipped it over. I was gonna say they're
Yeah,
getting
I
I mean,
intense.
you
over there.
drew an entire naked person. The other
I'm
day.
making a new
I
Vax
did.
card over here
the new.
on this napkin.
I'm telling you, it was like Lilo Dallas multi-pass. Come on, huh? Come on,
Was that what
Thank
accent
you,
was
Mark.
Lilo Dallas multi-pass. You know
what accent was that?
Whatever. She's like an alien.
Oh,
What movie?
I don't know. I thought you were talking
Oh
about
my
the girl at the
God.
garden. I thought you were talking about Madison
Jesus
Square Garden
Christ.
yesterday.
No, thank you, Scoop. Fuck, man. Me and Scoop need our own podcast.
Fifth Element is an amazing movie.
Yes, amazing
Multipass.
movie. It's a. No, see, nobody will understand it. All right. Anyway, Tina, before we get over to the NFL, because we have NFL news, believe it or not, give me something from Lilac and Sage Boutique.
Forgive my voice ahead of time. I
Yeah.
screamed a lot yesterday. All right. Lilac and Sage
Heard
Boutique
that.
is a veteran-owned LEO spouse-operated boutique based out of North Carolina. Their goal is to continue their service by providing affordable clothing to other hardworking women. They ship orders all over the world. Be sure to check them out at lilacsageboutique.com and join their mailing list so you don't miss out on any new arrivals. Use the promo code SHOP10 at checkout to receive 10% off your purchase.
All in one breath.
Whew.
Lilac and Sage Boutique.com. And speaking of .com, or also check out steveaspara.com. Here's our website guy. He built chopsportsmedia.com. He's building ashmerefit.com. Is that the official domain? ashmerefit.com. Good girl. See, I knew that, like, if you didn't do that, I would be like disappointed you dropped the ball. Like ashmerefit.com. But anyway, he's building those websites. He built ours, building hers currently for her at-home fitness thing. That's what this whole thing's going to be. I like it. I like it. Dina's going to fire up the program on her new TV that's on
You
her
know
wall.
I
It's just
am.
going to be ashmerefit.com showing you how to do everything. But anyway, Steve
It was
Aspara.
Toe saying Ashley Fit yesterday. Kept saying Ashley Fit. Did you notice that? It was so great.
I made a joke at the end of the night, fell flat. She almost got hit by a car walking to the car at the end of the night,
Ashmere
and I
Flat.
called her Ashmere Flat. She would have gotten flattened by the
That
car.
was funny. I laughed.
Like, in my head, I was like, I looked around, I was like, nobody, huh? Nothing. Tough crowd,
I'm laughing
At
while I
that
watched
point- at
six
that
of my
point,
friends
everyone was
walk in
already
front of a
dead.
car.
I was not alive.
dude. The ride home was pretty rough.
That was rough.
It's pretty rough. But the gummy bear.
Everyone's roasting
The
me because I
yellow
got a
and
thing
green
of gummy bears.
bear. I presented it to Ash. I was like, look, I got yellow and green.
Yeah, but everybody roasted me because I bought gummy bears at the Hudson News and Dunkin' Donuts mixture at Penn Station.
I drank my first
and then
Dunkin'
everyone
Donuts coffee,
fucking took
ladies
a
and
handful
gentlemen.
of gummy bears. So
Is Scoop's advice good or is he messing with me? I never know.
Oh, stop giving her advice, bro. We're in the same goddamn league.
Scoop.
Give it
Thank
away.
you, Scoop.
Corey Little and
I'll
Jose
note
Fernandez. That's dark, bro.
Oh my god. See, I didn't even. Both of those guys are dead.
Scoop.
You could also add Hideki
God.
Arabu to the list.
I thought we were
Hey!
friends.
Don't leave him hanging.
Oh, Dave. You're gonna have to edit that one.
No
in
way.
real time.
Oh boy. Anyway, Chris had a Bears.
Yeah, and I was hiding them.
Jacked them shits
I was
out.
hiding them because you want to know why?
wanna
Because if
share.
I didn't want to share, because as soon as I busted them out, they were gone. I had like 4 gummy bears. I didn't even get a blue party
I don't
hat or
even
nothing,
eat
bro.
candy, and I took one. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna.
But
do
yeah,
it.
Hudson News. We spent about $80 in Hudson News on gummy bears and coffees.
Dude, Mark has my back.
Good. I'm glad. Well,
Thank you.
go ahead. Have her back. That's great. All right. So
Anyway,
anyway,
spend $7 for gummy bears and then get 4 of them. It's fucked up, bro.
break that down. What's that break that down to? Like $1.50 a gummy bear? Maybe $1.75?
Yeah.
A gummy bear. Christ. All right. So yeah, SteveAsparri.com. The VUM today, McClaw McKnight is in the house.
Thank you,
That is
Vaughn.
our bot of the day. Congratulations. You are the bot of the day. You get nothing. But anyway, NFL Combine is this week. Believe it or not, we're already into the Combine, baby. I'm excited because it's the underwear Olympics. Everybody gets excited about the Combine. And when I say everybody, I mean probably nobody. But the NFL is hosting a lot more stuff than just that. Okay?
Yeah, I'm a lot
Because-
more excited about the things that take place leading up to the combine.
Well, not even that. Like, the meetings and the NFL's, the owners, they all get together. They go over any kind of proposals. The biggest one right now, and this will help cousin Vinny out a little bit, is they're trying to vote. They got to get 24 to 32 owners to say yes to it. They're trying to change the overtime rules again for the playoffs only at first, but then according to what I read, it's going to be throughout. Each team would get a possession regardless. So none of this like go down the field, score a touchdown, game over. All of a sudden, like the games are going to go like, again, there's NFL defenses. I'm not like worried about like, oh my God, this is going to make games like 4 hours long.
I don't care.
It ain't going to be like that. It's not. Like you score a touchdown, you'll stop them once, game's over, right?
The way I'm looking at this
This
is
is a participation trophy type shit right here. I don't like this at all.
It is what it is. The public cried out for it. That's what happened.
The Bills fans cried out for it.
Well, no, after that game happened, NFL fans through and through were on board with that. I remember we were doing that unpopular opinions that you have that many other sports fans don't. And
Yes.
mine was like, just leave the overtime rules as they are right now. Everyone was complaining about overtime. We'll see. I'm not for it or against it. I really don't care. These are the types of things that I just like, whatever they decide, I'm okay with. Not going to be able to, I could be mad about it all I want. It's not worth getting mad about.
Yeah, I mean, it's remember, it has to get voted, so it hasn't been done yet, but apparently 24 to 32 votes will change the overtime rules. Also, Nick Shine came in very good. He was going to mention what I was going to say. A lot of good trades happen. So if there's going to be guys on the move, it might happen this week because obviously the franchise tag window's open. Free agency starts in like 2 weeks. So there's going to be guys on the move. One of them could be Aaron Rodgers, ladies and gentlemen. There is a massive bombshell dropped right before the podcast, and I know Gooch is going to shed some light on it because it's that important. The Packers are going to London, jolly old London. The Jaguars, the Packers, and the Saints are going to London to host a game, meaning all 3 of those teams are losing a home game. Not so much the Jags. They're already halfway to London anyway. And like as a franchise, they're there every single year. But the Packers and the Saints, the NFC next year gets the extra home game. The AFC got it last year. NFC gets it this year. The Packers and the Saints are stripped of one. And so are the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are going to, for whatever reason, Munich, Germany. Why? I have no idea. National Football League. I guess I'm wrong like with that. And now it wants to be the International Football League. And now, of course, the Arizona Cardinals are going to jump on a bus and cross the border because they're going to go to Mexico and play a football game there, regular season. So that's a lot of NFC teams. The only AFC team doing an international game is the Jaguars. However, the opponents aren't listed yet. So there could be a lot of AFC crossover opponents to go in there. I'm just crossing fingers it is in Dallas because I know Dallas does go to Jacksonville and Dallas does go to Green Bay. So there's 2 chances right there that Dallas could be involved in this international game.
It's way more likely that you're the Jacksonville game.
The last time the Cowboys played in London was against the Jags. So like that could be a thing.
I don't think they're going to waste.
Road game regardless.
I don't think they're going to waste the potential to have Cowboys and Packers at Lambeau.
I'm with you.
There's too much going on there. So
Aaron Rodgers, the
for
quarterback, or
everybody's
no? Because they left him off the promo. Huh? Go ahead.
Did we get to talk about the Bakhtiari restructure? Did we get to do that, or did that happen on
no,
Friday?
but the Packers have opened up like
So
$40 million.
The Packers were like $40 million over the cap, and now they're about
even
40 million and under again.
So yeah, the Packers are making
Packers
moves right
aren't
now.
There was a Sports Illustrated article that came out about a Washington football team or Washington Commanders trade with the Packers for Aaron Rodgers, and it was like an insane offer.
Oh, Chase Young, first rounder, all that stuff. Would you?
No.
No.
What are we doing? What are we talking about here?
Would you?
All right, forget what I would do. Ready? Aaron Rodgers has a full no trade clause in his contract.
Would
He's
he,
picking
sir?
where he wants to go. Take Chase Young and all of their future first round draft picks for the next 11 years and give him the Green Bay. And Aaron, go. I mean, it would be a pretty easy.
Go throw it to
division win.
Scary Terry.
Probably win the division easily. But
I mean, you wouldn't, but okay.
I mean,
you wouldn't. Rodgers does not make the Commanders the clear cut
okay. So
favorites in the
you
East.
take Taylor Heineke.
You just said they lose Chase Young.
No, look. He was lost all year pretty much anyway. Right. So that
Touché.
roster last year, Heineke gone, Rodgers on it. That's a much
Yeah, I
better
know. Dallas doesn't put 50 up; they put 35, and then it's a closer game. Yeah, you're right. Could be. Never know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here and arguing a hypothetical Washington.
Why not?
football team
Hypotheticals are great.
game with Aaron Rodgers because it's never
The
going to
Broncos
happen.
are a quarterback away from a lot of success. Why doesn't he go over to Denver?
He's not going to the AFC because why would you want to go to the AFC at 38?
Prove that you're the best.
To go to the
Ever.
AFC and go into the quarterback gauntlet that's the AFC right now, it makes
And then
no
he just
sense.
runs through it.
That's why I keep on
Cool
saying
and
this.
composed.
It's like pick the NFC team that he's going to go to. The Packers aren't trading him within the NFC. He doesn't want to probably go to the AFC because why do you want to go compete in that conference with all those good talent going on in the young? Right now, his biggest competition in the NFC is who?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Case in point.
What do you mean case in point? You mean there's only one competitive quarterback? Because
No,
there's
they
another
got
quarterback in the
Stafford,
NFC.
Stafford out there. They got
This guy,
Kyler Murray.
No,
who's
is Murray going to be a
complaining.
Cardinal? We don't know because Kyler Murray's agent decided to talk for his bitch made ass. And he didn't want to talk. Dude, Kyler Murray, just why do these guys need their agents to talk about their, like, if you want a new contract, you go into office. Hey, this is what I want.
Because you're paying him to do that.
Don't pay him. Like, if you're not getting the deal anyway, what
yeah,
do we
there's
pay
some
them
guys
for?
that negotiate their own deals, but
Yeah,
look,
like Lamar.
I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm not trying to have any type of awkward ass conversation with my bosses. If I got a guy that I pay good money to go do that for me and was probably going to get more for me than I would be able to get because his job is to negotiate on my behalf, I'm all for the agent speaking on behalf of the players. Now, I'm not necessarily in agreement with what he's saying. You don't need to come out and say it because it's obvious. It's obvious that they need to get a deal done eventually. There's not that time yet. But Kyler Murray, if anything, what he's doing with these statements is letting me know, like, maybe he isn't the guy that I want to invest long-term in because he sounds like such a baby all the time.
He does.
And the boo-hoo, they're blaming me. And it's like, no, you're the quarterback, bro. You'll get all the credit when you win, but you will definitely get the blame when you lose. And that's just how it goes in this league. But guess what? When the MVP voting comes around, you'll win if you're in the conversation.
As long as you're not questioning vaccine.
The quarterbacks get all the credit, but when they fail, they get all the blame. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Football 101, man.
That's just how it's been for all the entire time that I've watched football in my life. It's been a
football, Susan. All right. So anyway, combines this week. It's a lot to get into because of the fact that there's so much extracurricular stuff that can go down in the NFL this week. So we're all waiting for things to happen, which they very might as well happen. You don't know. We'll see.
I feel like we barely talk sports on this show.
What are you talking about? We talked fantasy baseball. We talked combine. We talked Nets and the Brooklyn. What? Like,
I don't know.
Look at the rundown. Like, it's all sports.
I'm not complaining
Okay.
on behalf of our listeners. I just don't think that I don't feel like I talked sports. I feel like I talked about myself a little bit.
All right. So talk sports.
Talk
Go ahead. What
about-
else do you want to talk about? Go ahead.
I don't really have anything else.
All right. So there
Let me
you
look
go.
at my notes. Oh, yeah, they're just a bunch of circles and squares.
Looks like a bunch of
Nothing written
Cheerios on the
down.
plate.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, big week ahead. Me and Gooch got ourselves a meeting with an accountant. I mean, we're really getting official a year in. So that's tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you guys are into professional wrestling, there is a free show in Union on Thursday night. It's called Shotgun Thursday Night. It's about the students, all the newest crop from Creative Pro New York, Creative Pro New Jersey. Nobody paid me to promote this. I'm just saying that's where I might go. I have them things going on Thursday, but then I might wind up going over there to watch. It's a free show, guys. That means walk in, watch wrestling, have a good time. They serve beer. So, oh God, I just said it again.
Also,
Yuck.
on the wrestling front,
Uh-oh.
be on the lookout for some new Paz merch that should be
Yes.
going up either tomorrow or definitely this week. And we also got
It's conference. I mean, it's tournament season.
yeah, it's tournament season. I also had a meeting with Greg Bolsack this week, who is I want to say 193 pounder.
Getting
Maybe
heavier than Paz.
He wrestles a weight class above Paz, but he's pretty much in lockstep with Paz in terms of rankings and expectations. So we're going to help them out.
But how awesome was that to see somebody post about
seeing an organic post by somebody else. So basically, I guess a fan of Rutgers wrestling had nothing to do with Chop Sports, doesn't know anything, just must have saw a link on Paz's socials. Like I said, just a fan of Paz and the wrestling team, and bought the shirt. The shirt came in. She posted a picture of the shirt, and then the response in that group was really good. A bunch of people, well, where'd you get the shirt? And we had a nice little spike in sales, all due to an organic post made by some fan that just bought the shirt. So seeing like things like that happen makes me feel good, obviously, because of the work that we put into it.
Yeah.
And it helps Paz out in its tournament season. And what it did was it opened the door for us to, I ended up having like Greg Bolsek's mother messaging us in the group chat in that thread saying, oh, my son will definitely be interested. So the next day I had Paz hook up the meeting. I got his number, and then
both on the podcast.
I was thinking about that going into the tournament season, but I got to run this by them. See how we can work it out. They got some time.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Some time.
But yeah, go check that out. Chopsports.shop, all the brand new merch. There's a new Micah Parsons t-shirt out there. If you're a Cowboys fan, go get that. I haven't promoted it as such because I don't want to get sued by the Cowboys. So I just said Micah Parsons for the first time ever, but it's Micah Parsons related. We put his number on a jersey. That's sort of him. But go check that out as well. Chopsportsmedia.com for the entire podcast lineup. We got Tommy D coming in here later. We're going to get involved with some Chop Heads combat sports recording. We'll get that done. Bobby Green did not win. He did not come close to winning. I did sprinkle a little hope money on him, and that
what were you?
You should have followed
I said
my
sprinkled
picks.
A little hope money, not like units,
half a unit.
Why didn't you follow my
half
UFC picks?
Half a unit. What?
Why didn't you follow my?
How'd
picks?
you do?
I did really, really well.
Well, what's your record? What? How many did you hit? How many did you lose? What?
Hold on,
Are you gonna pull it up?
Yeah.
Well, Dina had herself a very good UFC night on Friday. Saturday, rather. Sorry. Tuesday, March 8th. I need to come on the show. Last day before the conference tournaments. A lot of bets to play. Yeah, let's do it. Get in here, Kyle.
Let's do
Open
it.
door, bro.
So
that's next Tuesday. Done.
Nice.
Oh, what'd you say?
Did you want my record? Or
Yeah.
no?
Wow. Wow. I yelled at her once, and now she's got an attitude. Go ahead.
On my free card that I put out on Twitter, my
free picks, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
My straight picks went, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 3.
6 and 3 plus money. That means units.
My props went 1 and 1.
Okay, so that's even money. But when you hit a prop, it's usually
plus money.
Plus money, yeah. So there's more money. Okay.
My dog of the day hit and my parlay hit.
My God, the parlay. How many fighters on the parlay?
4. It was a +3.
You hit a 4-fight parlay,
and I'm not done.
She's
There's
not
more.
done.
So then on the VIP, on the VIP, my props went 4 and 1, and the VIP parlay hit, which was a 3-team parlay for +232.
Good shit.
Oh, we're gonna get Gilbert Burns to come on the podcast.
Well, that's Scoop says that. Yeah. All right, cool. So we might have Gilbert Burns on the podcast.
Bro.
We might have Colby Covington coming on the podcast.
And honestly,
after he
some
starches Street Judas.
I did a little deep dive on some Gilbert Burns interviews in the last couple months because this has been something that we've been kicking around the idea for a little bit, waiting for the right opportunity. And now with the Kamzat news potentially happening, but Gilbert Burns is a fun interview, dude. You
had him before.
No. But I've done a little extensive research on a lot of Gilbert Burns interviews, and he's a fun dude. I have a lot of things in common, we'll say, in terms of music and shit like that. So it's definitely going to be a fun time.
Cool. We'll definitely do that. We'll talk to Scoop after. Check out Scoop's latest podcast, the Cross Court Cast, that's out there as well. Broadcast coming. Shut up, Mike. Like, you have no idea, bro. You have no idea. What, you're gonna listen to the mainstream fake news media? Is that what you're gonna listen to now?
Stop. They're both lying about everything.
They're both lying about everything. It's just it's a promo, but wait until you see, and I won't release this, but wait until you see what Colby Covington comes to the press conference with on Thursday. That's exciting. I already sent it to Dina. I got to show Chris, actually. I never showed it to him. But in any event, that'll do it, I think. That'll wrap up today as
Colby's going to mop the floor with Masvidal, I think.
I hope so. Because, again, that'll help us out because he said he'll come on the podcast. So if he loses, probably won't hear from him for a little while. But yeah, so this has been another jam-packed show of the Chop Sports Daily. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, do everything that we need you guys to do to grow this thing. We got a big week ahead, a lot of things going on. Conference tournament season's coming up next week. We'll have
we will talk too about. I just want to touch on it briefly. What Hawaii Mike is bringing up in the comments. We were talking about this a lot on the train ride yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
All top 6 teams in college basketball lost yesterday.
So that means like when you have your brackets and you fill them out, just pour kerosene on that son bitch, because those will light on fire. If any of these teams trip up in the tournament, we might see that 16 beat the 1. You don't know. Maybe this year's the year. What? What do you mean? No?
Unless
like as if it never
Duke
happened.
gets the 1. Duke's not getting a 1 seed though.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. But wait, there was something else. Now that I just thought about that. So anyway, Fridays going forward, we did talk to Kyle about this, and again, I don't know if he remembers talking about this, but he definitely said Kyle wants to do NBA heavy Friday episodes. So that's what we'll do on Fridays going forward until at least the football season starts, or at least, until the NBA season's over. There's plenty of picks to be given out. Kyle's been on a heater lately, so be sure to check out kylekerms.com if you want to become a VIP. Also, check out his YouTube channel. Got plenty of content, plenty of videos. There's a new video, which I watched and regretfully watched because I was like, he's just talking to me here. When he's talking about not doing parlays, I'm like, I just feel like he's just talking to me directly. But anyway, so check out that video. It's got a nice little traction number on that as well, as the pep talk has reached. Gooch is throwing arm.
Done? I got to get up.
Go, get out of here.
Done.
Get out of here. And that's it. Gooch feeling sick
out.
Here on a Monday. Thank you guys for watching. He's about to go pull trig, and we're about to listen to it live. Actually, if you want to just carry with his camera with you. No, nothing. All right. Well, that's it. The show is over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I'll be a lot better tomorrow. I felt like shit today.
Yeah, I was pretty low.
No more drinking. Never drinking again. And yes, Mom, I drink coffee now. Keep up with my world.